Welcome back to the 7th edition of Australian Bananas Fighting Back After Yasi. Today we're here at Mission Beach at one of Australia's most prestigious banana farms, Sellars Bananas. What makes this farm a little bit different from other farms is that this farm is run by two women, the Sellars girls. Joining us today, Naomi and David Brownrigg. Thanks for joining us, Naomi.
Thanks, Steve.
Naomi, first of all, give us a rundown on Sellars Bananas.
Well, we're a family-owned and operated company. My father has been farming here for 45 years and he's been retired for the last 10. And my sister and I took over at that time. So,
Very good. And the size of the farm, Naomi?
we're only about 60 acres, but we're considered a boutique farm these days where we're just after quality mostly. And of course, we have good production, hopefully, to go with that. And we can make a go of it on a small acreage, but doing a really good job.
Very good. Now, Naomi, it must be pretty disheartening for both you two, David. First hit, Larry.
Yep.
And they're 5 years on now, Yasi. It's pretty disheartening when you're trying to do such a good job.
It is, but you try to, have a big heart and think, well, that's okay, we can handle it, we'll go again, we'll look at how we can bring back our crop and try to, continue to do a good job long term. But it's hard at first because, you've got to look at your employees and how some of them you've got to let them go and they've got families too. And we've got to look at least 6 months of no income, so there's some pretty serious talks with the banks and about how you're going to continue on in the short term. But long term, we think we're well placed to come back after this. Once we start harvesting, we will continue to harvest, forever then, but yeah.
Well, which brings us to our next question. Now 5 months on, here we are. What's the process? What's happening here?
Okay, when we knew Yasi was definitely coming, the day before we went and cut down these trees. They were only half grown, they were probably about here, and we went along with a K-knife and cut the tops off them. And our main goal was to try to save the stool, which is the plant in the ground, because if it comes out at the roots, of course the plant is stuffed, and then you've got paddocks that are no longer that viable. So we thought if we can just achieve that by having the plant still in the ground, we can save the paddock. But a great thing, of course, is that if it survives, well, then it goes on to actually produce a bunch. So this has gone on to produce a bunch, and next month, say, we'll be harvesting this bunch. It'll be ready by then. It's just starting to fill out. And so that's a fantastic outcome for us because we've saved the stool and we've got a bunch to cut in a month's time. So it's great.
That is great news. Thank you, Naomi.
Thanks,
Thank
Steve.
you, David. Well, that's great news, Australian banana fans, not only for the Sellars family, but for all you Aussie fans eating bananas out there. Well, that's it for this week, and see you all in a couple of weeks.